China's footprint in Africa is huge. The 20-story African Union Tower, which Beijing donated to the Continental Group, is a testament to the size of Beijing's ambition.
Every country, as it achieves global greatness, seeks to leave behind major landmarks that become evidence of its ascendance into global power.
Winston Wally Soboyejo spoke to VOA via Skype. He is a professor at Princeton University.
We must make sure that we combine these monuments with the development of people, because ultimately it is people-centered development that really matters.
China has long described its relationship with Africa as a relationship between brothers in the anti-colonialist struggle. Beijing's recent rise as a commercial power interested in Africa's rich natural resources has aroused a degree of concern on the continent. Longtime Chinese activist Wei Jingsheng says Chinese investment in Africa often is tainted with corruption, a trait that travels abroad with Chinese state-owned or private enterprises which have become all too used to it at home.
These people, they're used to doing business in a corrupt manner inside China. They take it with them to Africa. It inevitably causes resentment and resistance from ordinary people in Africa.
Wei says U.S. and European corporations have been slow to invest in Africa because of the high risks involved, leaving an open door for China.
Now both U.S. and European countries realize this approach is problematic, that Africa has almost been turned into China's backyard. Americans and Europeans now are rushing to find ways to change the situation. I'm not sure what they'll do.
Professor Soboyejo, a native of Nigeria, says many Africans would welcome a greater U.S. involvement on the continent.
Many people view and appreciate many things in the U.S. For example, they admire the U.S. educational institutions. They admire many things about the ability of the U.S. to manage its environment. They admire the quality of certain things that come out of the U.S., such as its movie industry, its ingenuity in IT.
He also says the United States can win new friends and build opportunities for investment in Africa by stressing its commitment to free expression and its tradition of welcoming immigrants from many different backgrounds.
I think with those kinds of investments by the U.S., with those kinds of connections by the U.S., you will see that Africa will become an increasingly vital trade partner in ways that will benefit both sides.
President Obama seems to agree that the time is right. In a speech this weekend in South Africa, he said Washington is ready to up its game with new trade and investment and the possible renewal of the African Growth and Opportunity Act, which would remove tariffs for many exports from the continent. Natalie Liu, VOA News, Washington.